Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Seagull Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Today on this week's Premier League preview, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Victor Gyokeres' goal drought. We're going to talk about Palace. Can Palace take something away from City in their home ground? Mo Salah, could this be his last game for Liverpool? Plus, we got to talk about Chelsea. Is Cole Palmer going to be making his return? What's going on with them? What's going on with Manchester United? Just a little conversation around everything else that we need to discuss. But before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you guys leave a comment down below if you're watching this on the playback. But yeah, let's get the show started. We got Rack in the building. We got Deo in the house representing Arsenal with me. We got Bice in the building, who's a Chelsea fan. Vader is going to be joining us at some point throughout the stream. We're also going to have We're also going to have Jay joining us at some point throughout the stream. No Manchester United rep today, so you got two Arsenal fans.
But Igo, when was the last time both Vader? When have they ever been here for the start of the show?
I think they have.
Especially both of them. As long as they both of them at the same time. I don't remember it. I don't know if it's ever happened.
I think Jay was ready the day that Man City beat the day that Man City won the league.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's always ready for certain things. Anyways, I don't blame them. They're both busy people. They got stuff to do.
Sure.
And
the rest of us are not busy, right?
No, I appreciate everybody's. I appreciate everybody's time.
It's okay.
Everybody's time. No? And if they can make it at the start, or if they can make it at some point, that's all that matters. I like the cohesion of the show. I don't want to replace them, but yeah.
So don't worry. I mean, I don't mind as long as you keep paying me monthly. I get my check every month. I'm happy. Whatever.
Yo, Iga, we need to talk rates. You're paying Dale. What's going on? We need to work something out.
Paid.
See, Dale, see how much trouble you caused.
Now you guys are moving mad. But let's get into it. I don't even see super chats throughout the shows. Who's gonna get paid? What are you talking about?
Oh, no, it's cool. He's just a troublemaker. No, Dayo's just a troublemaker.
You have so much money already. You don't need the super chats.
Bro, I don't know what YouTube's doing to me. There's 14 people in the chat. Usually I'd have at least 140.
Oh man, come on guys.
I can't even see the chat isn't even coming up for me.
Seriously?
On my end, yeah.
1 second, I'll figure that out. But yeah, before we go any further, guys, where do we begin? Do we begin with Victor Gyokeres? Because I feel like, you know what? Let's begin with the Champions League. Liverpool beat Inter. Were you surprised by that, Iraq?
With the run, I don't know about surprise. Look, I think a lot of Liverpool fans were going to that game with trepidation. Understandably so after the questionable form we've been having, but it's ironic because I heard a few people say that they've never wanted Liverpool to win as much, and I even heard some people say that they never wanted Liverpool to lose as much. Not necessarily Liverpool fans, but fans of other clubs saying, did that whole I stand with Mohamed Salah thing and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. It was going to be a tough game, and but I think overall, we were the better team. I think it was marginal, and it could well have been a draw. But I think we created the best chances. Look, we needed the win. And there's been a few false storms this season. But I'm going to say it again. Hopefully, this is something we can build upon and get back to the level where we know we can play at. Look, we beat the best team in England, two of the best teams in Spain, and the best team in Italy this season. So it shows that when we want to play, we can play and we can match the best. But unfortunately, a lot of the motivation has gone for some of the lesser teams. I'm not talking about Chelsea specifically, but anything like that. But sometimes we need to. If we're on form, we're up there with the best of them. But unfortunately, we haven't seen it frequently enough this season, and we need to do better. Simple as that.
You beat the best team in the world at one point, so fair play.
No, I think even at the very beginning of the season, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if I streamed with you, Rax, or not, but I did tell a bunch of people that my big fear for Liverpool was that you're forward heavy. That was the exact words that I used. I said Liverpool is so forward heavy that any good manager will struggle on how to pair them because there's just too many good players there. And you have players that can carry the game by themselves, from Mo Salah to Isak to Vert. Like, it becomes hard for players like that. It's not that it's hard. They will eventually gel. They'll eventually get it right. But it's hard to get it at the very beginning because each person is so good at what they do and so used to who they are that being able to play for another person becomes a difficult thing. Like Salah on his day, Liverpool played to his strengths and he produced goals last season. Vert on his day, Leverkusen played to his strengths and he looked amazing. Isak, Newcastle played to his strengths. So when you bring those kind of players together, Ekitike, Frankfurt played to his strengths, which is why he was that striker that they were like, oh, he's also one of the best upcoming strikers. Let's go get him. I think when you bring players like that together, it becomes really difficult initially. But once they're able to play for themselves, then we'll, the Liverpool will be cooking. But yeah, that's the only thing that I saw at the very beginning of season. In the summer, I was like, yeah, this is a good.
You know what the conversation is now, though.
It's just.
I think the thing is, right. Us as Liverpool fans will look at things in a positive light, and understandably so. Opposition fans will look at it in a negative light, and ultimately, to some degree, one or the other will end up being correct. You may end up being correct in the short term. Maybe I'll end up being correct in the long term. All you can do as a fan is see how things pan out and hope for the best.
I think it's going to pan out right. I think it's going to work out. Don't get me wrong. I think it's going to work out. It's almost like going from driving a Porsche to a Formula One car. Just because a Porsche is fast, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a little getting used to. But the minute you get used to, because you're used to, the G-force, the gravity, and all that already driving a fast car, like, once they get used to it, it becomes hard to beat Liverpool. That's the thing.
Honestly, though, I don't know. I can't say it's guaranteed that we're going to come together, but ultimately this change had to happen at some point. As I've been saying for a number of years, right? The success under Klopp, especially, but also under Slot last year, is built on the biggest players that we had were Virgil van Dijk, Alisson, Mohamed Salah, and arguably Trent, right? So. And replacing those guys is going to be the biggest challenge that anybody's ever faced at Liverpool. Well, certainly for a long time. In the past, you've had Kevin King being replaced by Kenny Dalglish and stuff like that. But those players were the cornerstone of the Liverpool team. They were great players alongside them, but those were the biggest talents. And ultimately, replacing them is going to be no easy feat. And it's not guaranteed. So, but it may also be a case that Salah has to leave before we see the peak of these guys. Not because I want him to leave, but because ultimately we need to look. At some point, you need to look beyond Salah anyway.
True, but again, I just want to say this, Brack. I hear you on all that. Yeah, no guarantees and all that. But I just think there's
no guarantees.
I know. I'm just saying that. I just think that there's a bigger chance that it clicks because of the quality of the players and how good they are, because they're professionals at their job. No, there's a bigger chance. Because again, it's like saying, if you look at like teams that have just mid-range players, right? Sometimes they can play above their means and they'll play very well in the game, but there's no consistency. With your players, you have quality and you know that they can become consistent. So once that happens, because these guys arguably top 5, top 6 in their positions. Arguably, the players you have. So there's no how eventually there's a bigger chance that it's going to click than it will not.
Yeah, I get it. Look, buying quality for sure is helps mitigate some of the risk.
Let me ask you guys
on paper, no one won a league or no one won a trophy on paper. You have to do it. Let
me ask you guys some questions. My voice is more soft-spoken than it's ever been. I feel like Michael Jackson. Vader,
like Michael Jackson.
You know the soft voice.
Yo, man, let that man rest, man.
Yeah, let him do his thing. But yeah, I'm gonna just say this. Number one, I thought it was very poor from Carragher the way that he went in on Salah. I thought there's a certain level you can talk about, but when you start bringing up AFCON and Chelsea, you're making it personal. You're not really talking about the issue at hand. What's wrong with that, place?
Didn't Salah call him out by name?
No, he said Carragher is now probably going to come for me. he predicted that he was going to come at him.
I mean, anything he says, Carr's gonna say something about it. He's an ex-Liverpool player and a current pundit, so just because Carr takes some digs at him in the past, he called him out by name. Unless
No, but he just said Carragher will come to him.
A lot of the stuff Carr said was true.
You know the funny thing, this whole Salah thing, I'll be honest with you, this is where I stand. As somebody who works for the club, that's Mo Salah, if you have a problem with them and you feel that there's an issue, you should handle it in-house. Like you should have gone to his agent and said, hey, go talk to these guys because I don't like the feeling that I'm getting here. Number one, it seems like the manager is not talking to me anymore. I don't know what's going on. Number two, I feel like they want to sell me in January. If they want to sell me, they should let me know. Let me look at my options and start making a plan. You know, this is how he should deal with it. Speaking to the media and saying it out to the media forces the club, regardless of what's been going on internally, forces the club to then come out and give their own stance. Gives room to people like Jamie Carragher, who literally, I like what this Ghanaian former player, I forgot his name again now. There's a video clip of him talking about Carragher, saying, what has Carragher won? Has he even won man of the match for his own team? He's giving room to people like Carragher to speak about him. Realistically. So I put majority of the responsibility on Mo. As a player earning 400 grand a week at a club, and you are supposed to be one of the senior players, right? You don't do that. Where all the younger ones, the young kids that are coming into the club, see that as something that they can also do. He needs to just own that aspect of it. That was him being emotional. Right. He let his emotions, and yeah, that's on him.
Let me ask you guys this: could this end up being Mo Salah's last game as a Liverpool player, since he's going to be going to AFCON and the transfer window is going to be open while he's at AFCON? Could this be potentially his last game for Liverpool Football Club?
No.
I think it's entirely possible. I hope they've worked it out. I hope he stays, but I can't say for certain. I don't think anybody can say for certain.
He's not going anywhere.
What would the odds be?
The odds are high, very low that he leaves. Again, you have to realize that there's more to a player just leaving the club because he and the manager do not agree. There's a whole bunch of financial ramifications that will happen if Mo Salah has to leave the club in January. You know, which club is really right now at the in the middle of the season going to take on Mo Salah's 400 grand salary first and foremost as a deal? Because it's halfway through. I doubt it's going to happen. I think they're going to work it out.
But there's for example, look,
it's possible. It's possible. I'm just saying, like, I think that there's a bigger possibility that they work things out to the end of the season than it being January.
Possibly.
That's because January is around the corner.
I think that the thing is, right, that if Salah leaves Liverpool, he won't go to anywhere else in the Premier League or in Europe. So effectively, if he leaves,
couldn't he go
saying,
to PSG?
What have PSG shown any interest? It's not PSG's model. They've changed completely.
Campos PSG's model is young players.
I don't know why people say this, because PSG haven't recruited like this since they signed Messi last. Like that was
the last time they recruited anybody.
4 years ago, right? So that's not going to happen. Italian teams aren't going to go for him. I don't think most of them can afford me.
That would be the best place for him to go, though. Playing in Serie A would be amazing for Mo. Look at what Vardy's doing.
No, but I think the thing is that but Vardy's gone to who's he gone to? A very very small club in Italy, Verona or somewhere like that.
Why would Salah want to go back?
Yeah, and the thing is, ultimately, what he's saying is if he leaves Liverpool, he's saying my career at the top level is over. And at the very least, I think that. Well, I mean, is he not? If he's not staying in Europe, where is he going?
No, you said if he leaves Liverpool.
Yeah, but I mean, where? But do you think he can go to any team in Europe? How many teams can afford to pay it?
He has the potential to if teams want to take a chance on him. But him leaving Liverpool is not. He's giving up on top football. That's not right.
But
realistically, though, who can pay him £400,000 per week?
Well, he can also concede that. and not choose
But he
to be
won't.
paid
He
that.
won't. That's the thing about it. If he wants to retain his top level play,
and pay Liverpool a transfer fee, or
I mean,
just say a reasonable,
he fought
minimal.
for that $400,000 contract, $400,000 a week contract. So,
What's the odds of Liverpool?
So
It's not going against his selfish brand, but I hear it.
No, so ultimately, what he's saying at that point is if he's leaving, and that'll be the end of his career at top level club football. So Salah, look, Liverpool out of the out of the title race. I've said that. Yeah, I've said that for a few weeks now. We're not going to win the title. But I also said on this stream and the other streams that if we play to our potential, we can beat any team in the world. We beat the best team in England, we beat the best team in Italy, and we beat two of the best three teams in Spain. So we've shown this season that when we can rise to the occasion. So if we can do that, there is a chance, and it may be, some people will laugh and some people will say it's not realistic, but who knows there's a lot can happen between now and the end of the season. The Champions League is there to be played for. When I backed up against Inter, everyone thought we were going to lose. We went there and we played well and we got a win. So I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility. If he stays until the end of the season, he believes and he thinks he can make a difference at the top level, he has the potential to come out and prove that and win the Champions League. Nothing would make me happier. But ultimately, I don't know if anything is guaranteed because Saudi teams can. Because Dio, you said he's on $400,000 a week. After tax, he's probably going to get. But after tax, he's going to be getting about 220, 230 grand a week, right? Saudis can pay because Saudis can match that because you haven't got the same income tax.
That's what I was about to agree with you. So Rax, I agree with you that if he leaves Liverpool, right, at this age, again, we have to put the age factor into it. Let's not act like football is not getting younger and younger. It is. We're seeing young kids come in now and literally begin to take the game by the scruff of the neck by themselves. But at 33, I think that if he leaves Liverpool, if I were him, and this is just my opinion, if I were Mo, I would be going to Saudi to just make a buck, play till I'm 35, and then just retire. Because again, there's no point at this stage. I've won Champions League with Liverpool. I've won the Premier League with Liverpool. I've won stuff with Liverpool. I have broken records in the Premier League, the best league in the world, goals and assists. He's done it. Like at this stage, why would you, I'm not saying don't back yourself, but if you're having issues at the club like this, where you're talking to the press and then, you're being left out of the squad and then you're having, and it's one thing or the other. At this stage, after you've built this type of level of career, I think leave when the ovation is loudest, go somewhere, make your money, which is why some of the if you look at people like Lionel, people like Messi, the deal Messi did here in the US in the MLS is a mad deal. He gets paid off viewership from Apple. He gets paid from Adidas. He gets paid by the club, and then he gets to own part of the business. I think 5% after his career ends. So people at this stage, I think that if you've won it all, you don't need to tarnish it with all this, media nonsense. People making noise about Mo Salah getting left out. Just take the Saudi deal, go. That's what I would do. I'd take it. I'd go. I'd chill, and I'd just relax because I won it all already.
Let me say shout out to everyone who's joining us over from Wolfie's channel. Big up to you guys. Big up to everyone who's joining us over from there right now. I really do appreciate all you guys. I can see that you had Sean on there from Spurs Talk. So yeah, big up to all the Nottingham Forest fans joining us from Forest Fan TV. But let's get on to the actual game itself. Before we move on from Liverpool, I think Liverpool beat Brighton at home, get themselves back in winning ways in the Premier League. It's just been too long before they've won a game in the Premier League. I'd say that they're going to win this game most likely.
On paper, they have the better squad. On paper, Liverpool have the better squad against the Brighton team. But this is the
beating Inter also should give them some confidence.
It should, but again, we all know that the Premier League is a different, kettle of fish. It's a different kettle. The Premier League, you've seen what teams like Leeds can do sometimes. Teams like Fulham, you've seen what.
Hey, we're gonna talk about
that. You've seen that, right? And I with the shakiness of Liverpool, I don't know what will happen. They literally have to become consistent now. Like after this Inter game, they have to show that same level of consistency and same level of we want it.
Let me get Rack's prediction and we can move on from the Liverpool Brighton game because we got some other games to talk about.
I just wonder. Vader said something that was interesting. He said that Inter are trash, but watch this same Vader come back next week and a few weeks' time, and it will go to whoever he's playing. Some minnows in the Champions League goes, "Oh, there's no tough games there's no easy games in Europe. There's no easy games in Europe. We have to fight for everything." That's what Vader does. Look at him. Look at him smiling away. He knows what I'm saying.
No, smiling because you're misjudging me. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. Yeah. Listen, UCL games are tough, Rax. I admit, like playing at Inter is a tough game. But as we looked at how they played within the match, I mean, were you not surprised with their lack of quality?
I thought that we were the better team.
I agree. You guys were the better team, but I looked at Inter and I was like, this Inter quality is not like we hear unks being used here in the Prem. Like, look at these players, look at these unks. What do they have over there at Inter? They're older than unks over there.
Did you feel the same way about Real Madrid's performance? Oh no!
We're going to talk about
no. Of course not.
Now, let me ask you before we go, Rock. What's your score prediction for your game?
Brighton's tough team. They've got. See, I've been eagerly reading page by page the Vader playbook. But actually, I say this more from recent history. We haven't played well. We've lost a number of games, and there's been a lot of false dawns with our form. We've had bad periods, and then we've got a random win or something like that, and we're like, okay, is this where we kind of turn the our form round? And it hasn't happened. Look, as a fan, all you can do is hope, and I hope that the Inter result wasn't a forced dawn and it's something for us to build upon. And I back us to win 1-0. I don't think it'll be easy. I think we'll get a narrow win.
All right, let's move on to.
Well, Vader was just about to talk.
Nah, Vader did it. We're gonna come back to it in a bit.
I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Man says, "Why is your fan base crashing it on Gyokeres?" Very simple to say. The whole Gyokeres conversation was sparked from the 3-0 win versus Club Brugge. In the 3-0 win versus Club Brugge, Victor Gyokeres played a decent portion of the game. Nani Madueke backed the brace. Beautiful goal, by the way, in case you guys haven't seen it. The movement for the second goal, a lot of people are saying, you know what, it was great movement from Nani Madueke, but Gyokeres should be in that position and finding himself a goal from that position also. They were also saying stuff like Jesus came on and had taken at least 2-3 shots, which he generated himself. Why can't Gyokeres do the same thing? And I just feel like they're drawing comparisons to him and Jesus, him and the wingers, and I feel like some of it is unfair, but at the same time,
all of it is unfair, girl. It's
just at the same time,
all of it. Again, every week when it comes to Arsenal,
Gyokeres should be criticized.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be criticized. He just came back from injury. This was his first start after injury, like literally his first start. And this is the same player who came from the Portuguese league that everybody called crap, right? Yeah, he was bagging goals. But when Isak is not scoring, we're saying give him time to bed. No, I don't like this nonsense.
No, Arsenal fans, can we just talk about Arsenal?
Again, we're talking about a player. We're not. Hey, Vader, let me finish my thought. Then you can say whatever the heck you want to say. We're talking about a player who we expect to just not every player hits the ground running. He scored 5 goals so far for Arsenal, right? In 10 games that he played before he got injured, or 11 games, which means a goal in every other game that he's played as a striker who is getting used to the system. We're not playing for Gyokeres right now. The way Arsenal is set up, we're not playing to his strengths. We're expecting him to adapt to the system of Arsenal. And that's what it is. It will take time for him to get there. But again, this is one thing about Arsenal. Every week, once we overcome whatever it is that they've tried to criticize us about, they'll find something else. We beat a team 3-0, playing Christian Norgard in defense. But what they want to talk about is the fact that Gyokeres did not score. All of a sudden, that's the new conversation. 2 weeks ago,
It's not about that he didn't score. It was about how attacking.
Before that, it was set pieces are not sustainable. Every week, watch Gyokeres score in the next game or the next game, and then they'll change the next topic to, okay, who's better? Is it Jesus or Gyokeres?
Okay, until he scores, we'll change the conversation. But he hasn't scored, so let's have this conversation.
He scored 5 goals already this season. He scored more than Isak. He scored more than
He
Isak. He scored more than a bunch of the strikers you're making noise about. So what are we doing here?
What we're doing?
I don't understand the criticism. Player comes back from injury, and all of a sudden, he plays 60 minutes, and because he didn't score. The same Noni Madueke that we were.
Are you done yet? Please.
50 million. I'm not done. I'm talking about myself.
This is called blind support.
The same Madueke that we were criticized for buying for 50 million. The same Madueke. Suddenly now he scores. Oh, now let's crash it on Gyokeres. It's a whole load of nonsense.
Quick question. How much?
Doku's gonna have the game of his life.
How
this
much
weekend.
did Gyokeres cost again?
65 million. 65 million.
Okay. How old is Victor Gyokeres?
He's 27.
27.
Okay. Isn't he the missing piece? Wasn't he counted as the missing piece to the puzzle? The number 9 that you guys needed to take you guys over the top?
Yeah, and are we not top of everything right now?
Are we not top of everything right now?
Wait. You guys are top of everything in spite of Victor Gyokeres.
No, but the missing
Let Mike speak, please. Let Mike speak. Let Mike speak, please.
Wait. My tripod is a mess. I'm holding up my phone, and you know what I mean? I don't want to look like my nose is right at the camera, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man, have some class.
Production quality, I hear it.
I'll choose a better picture soon. But I'm just saying, if we can't talk about the striker that's underperforming, because you say he scored 5 goals, didn't he score 2 braces? So those 5 goals given what, just 3 games?
He scored 6 goals, all comes.
Vice, let me go real quick because
that is not good enough for a starting striker.
I need to say something before I lose my voice again.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say this, boys. It's not like we don't understand criticism about Gyokeres. To me, I feel like the criticism and noise is not accurate because the guys just come back from injury, and that some of these things have to be factored in when we're criticizing players. We can't just be like, oh, if he was playing a run of games of like 5 games in a row and he didn't score, we spoke about it. He now is playing against Wolves. I expect Gyokeres to get a goal or get a goal contribution against Wolves. He had his best game in an Arsenal shirt before he got injured away at Burnley.
Okay, Igal. So sorry, brother. You go first. I'm after you though. I'm after you.
Thank you. So he had his best game versus Burnley, and now you're bringing up you expect him to have a very good performance versus Wolves. This is the criticism. This is why some Arsenal fans are talking about Gyokeres this way, which Dio doesn't understand. They're criticizing your 65 million player. Yes, he's coming off injury, but so did Jesus. And Jesus got on that pitch, and you could see his quality, how he means to you guys. They're asking Gyokeres, where's that for you? And I think it's fair. I don't think it's unfair with regards to, hey, step up your game. Sorry, Rax, go ahead.
So, Igal, you put a decent defense. Now, you said you want balance. Let's you take the position of the prosecution. What have you been unhappy with Gyokeres about? What do you think he needs to do better? What criticism? Because you gave a lot of defence, but you haven't done any criticism, so you haven't actually balanced the argument. You relied on opposition fans. So go on.
I can criticize him. I can tell you what I criticize.
The only thing I would say is if you're not getting the ball in the right areas, you need to find ways to get more involved. That's it, really.
Yeah, let me tell you what I'll criticize him for. I'll criticize him for the fact that he's not doing enough to put himself in positions to find out how the other players play. He wants them to play to his strength, and I think the manager needs to work with that. Thierry Henry said something. He said when he joined Arsenal and he was struggling to score, he had the first 9 games where he didn't score. He was struggling. He said Arsene Wenger told him, play to the strengths of the players around you. Look at the Lumbergs, look at the Bergkamps, look at how they play. Make yourself available to them, make them better, and you will get goals. He says the minute he started doing that, when he started drifting away to the left, opening up and creating space for himself, allowing them to find him easily, him finding them back, and then them giving him the ball behind, he began to score goals. I'm not comparing the 2 players. I'm just saying, for me, when I talk about Wirtz and Isak, and I say I understand why they've not blended yet, because I said at the beginning of the stream, I said you're forward heavy, it'll take time for players like that to blend. They need to figure themselves out. I'll give the same strength to Gyokeres.
If there's one thing that he could do better is, we make fun of people for getting
Watch Moreno.
We make fun of people for getting tap-ins, but he's never available for those tap-ins. He's always one step too far from getting a touch on those balls that are coming across the goal. He would have 3-4 more goals if he would just bury some of those.
So the disappointing thing for you, I mean, is it fair to say that the disappointing thing is he's not even getting in the positions to score, or not getting in enough positions to score at this point?
If you watch the second goal versus Club Brugge, Noni Madueke is basically in the back of the net by himself, heading it in.
But again, if you watch that Noni's goal, while Noni was there, go back and watch that clip. Gyokeres was standing on the two defenders. The defender that was meant to mark Noni was actually looking back at Gyokeres because he thought that Gyokeres would come over his shoulder on the left. Again, players play for it. See, this is my thing. I can criticize him for not being in good positions, yes, but I think that would take time working in the system that he's.
And Arsenal fans were criticizing him.
Yeah, no, I criticize that, but it's not a problem. He can fix that. That's a simple thing.
When we said it, you said it was fair.
No, I said the criticism of Gyokeres all of a sudden when we're beating a team in the Champions League away 3-0.
Because it wasn't about the result. It was about his performance.
No. My point is suddenly, of everything that happened, Ethan Nwaneri coming in looking amazing. Gabriel Jesus. Oh, let's just pick on the fact that Gyokeres did not put himself in the position 3 times. Like, that is now the news for Arsenal. I think it's just overdone. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, overdone, but warranted as well because he does deserve some criticism.
Yeah, to a certain degree.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not been as good as what people expect.
Oh, Bryce has got his hand up.
Yo, can I just say one more thing? I'm predicting a slapping. We're gonna slap Wolves, and I expect Gyokeres to be involved in the goals. These players see the criticism. They see one of their own getting pelters. They're gonna back him and they're gonna help him out get a goal. Saka in the previous game had an opportunity to square the ball to Gyokeres or shoot. He shot it. He got the goal. But in this situation, hopefully in the future, we can see some of these guys sharing the wealth.
No, Bryce, speak, man. Speak. Just don't.
Okay, I did the right thing and I raised my hand. So I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this.
Yeah. By the way, I'm saying 3-0 Arsenal. Go ahead.
Okay, you got let Bryce speak. Bryce has something to say.
Arsenal is gonna win the game this weekend. Easy. That's it. It's not like we're making news. I saw the title of the video. It says Gyokeres goal drought right there at the beginning. So I'm gonna talk about the goal drought. That's one. He scored 2 goals against Leeds, 1 against Forest, and 1 against Burnley. I'm sorry. That's poor. I am a Gyokeres fan. I like him as a striker. Your team is not set up for strikers. It hasn't been for a long time. It was the base of that team setup was because you guys got Aubameyang out, got Lacazette out, and you were trying to find a way to make it work, and it reached the highest level of where it was. The reason why Havertz is going to look better, Jesus is going to look better, because those guys drop into midfield, they link up with guys, they'll make runs outside. Gyokeres ain't that type of player. It's down to the manager that's supposed to get the other players to get the ball to him. That's just the truth.
Well, I hear you when you say no, that's the truth. No, that is the truth. I agree with you, but you see, what I don't agree with is for us to say the players, we need to change our entire system to fit how Gyokeres plays. He's a professional football player. No, hold on. I'm saying again.
You
this is the same.
Haaland go all the way out to the wing to do 1-2s with
Haaland is an anomaly. We can't use players that are. I don't. When people talk about people like Haaland and all, these are anomalies, right? If you look at if you look at Mbappe when he first came to Real Madrid, the first 10 games he looked very shaky. He wasn't able to fit in yet, and eventually, but that's my point. Real Madrid team was not set up. Real Madrid team was set up with the 9. He never played 9, but he had to adapt. Eventually, he figured it out. My point is, Gyokeres is going to adapt. He's going to learn the Arsenal way of dropping down and eventually being able to run in behind. It's something that he's going to learn. He has to learn it, regardless, because he's already
has a chance.
Look, Igal, just quickly. Sorry, Igal, quickly. He already knows what he knows. Gyokeres. He's good at what he's good at, right? How are you not going to be a better player if you learn a new system? That's all I'm saying. And once he learns to adapt, his system will work for him, and our system will work for him. It's that's all it is. Right now, the criticism is We're not playing to his strength. And that's the truth. We're not set up for him. So he's going to have to adapt to us, because if I can do a wheelie on the bicycle, I'll learn it, right? I already know how to do that. If you come and you can do a 360 spin and you're trying to teach me, I'll learn your 360 spin, because I know I can already do the wheelie. Gyokeres knows he can run in behind and he can bully people. He can do that already. So he needs to learn the Arsenal way. He doesn't have an option if he wants to remain in the team.
We're going to have to move on from this topic, but final thing I'm going to say is, if it's Havertz, if it's Jesus, or if it's Gyokeres, as long as we win the league, I don't think majority of people care.
I just care about 3 points in every game. That's it. Get the 3 points and let's move on. Because again, we every time we've had a conversation about Arsenal, the last thing you hear is, "But you haven't won anything in 22 years." Okay, so now I don't care about the game. I don't care about the striker. I care about 3 points. If we go in there and we want to play Christian Nogard as a striker and he scores, I don't want to hear the Gyokeres Christian. I don't care. We scored. We won. We're moving on. Like,
what you saying, Wolves? What's your score prediction?
Wolves, I just want a clean sheet. 2-0, we move on. I'm not in for all this. Let's slap them. I don't got this season. I don't care about that. 2-0, keep a clean sheet. Let's move on.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Vader stepped away for a bit, because I just seen some news, guys. Doku's going to be facing Nathaniel Klein.
What do you mean? Oh,
yeah, but when a guy over the age of 30,
Liverpool.
A guy's over the age of 30, it's a wrap.
34.
Put his goal and assist in the bag right now.
Wallahi, Doku terrorized what do you call it? Real Madrid midweek.
Well, yeah. Listen, I'm putting him in my fantasy right now. Had him on the bench.
Doku's absolutely gonna destroy Real Madrid. I mean, not Real Madrid. Crystal Palace. I thought Crystal Palace had a chance to win the game. Let me
ask you a question. Do you think what they call this thing, mentality and and like recent head-to-head momentum can swing a game? Yes. Because Crystal Palace against City, I know City is a better team than they are right now. I'm not saying they're better, but in recent times, they seem to have found a way to beat City somehow, some way. In recent times, do you think that mentality? Like, again, I'm just saying.
Do you have faith?
I think City is going to win. But I'm telling you that I think Crystal Palace, because of the recency of how they've played against City, will come with a lot of chest.
Let me tell you something. 2 of their top goal scorers are out of the team. Sarr, doubtful with an ankle injury. Munez, doubtful with a knee injury. So their whole right-hand side is out the picture. Can they win the game with Eddie Nketiah, Pino, and Mateta? I don't have the belief in Crystal Palace getting a result off the back of playing on the Thursday already. I don't know, man. They won 3-0 on Thursday.
We've said, look, did you think Leeds had a chance against Chelsea? No. So I don't put anything past anybody in this league. I thought we had a chance to take away a point at Villa Park. I thought, yeah, it's okay. It's 1 minute left. Again, this league, for me, if you ask me who I think will win, I will say Man City. But the Premier League is annoying. You will watch that game, and Crystal Palace will pack a bus, and Mateta will get one of those stupid nonsense opportunities and pop it in there, and they'll just park their bus, and then the game will end, and everybody will say, "Oh yeah." I don't put anything past them. I just think that City is a better team. I expect that City will go on and win that game, but I put nothing past Crystal Palace.
Did you see City versus Real Madrid?
Yeah, but that's Champions League again. Again, I think that the Premier League is a different kettle of fish.
Did you see Doku?
Did you see City against Fulham? 5 goals up. Did you see City against Leeds? We can call these games out too. Yeah, they won, but not comfortably. So let's not sit here. I'm not saying City is going to lose. No, City, I expect them to win. They're a better team. But the Premier League, week in, week out, the team that you play, your bread and butter, is very different from the Champions League, where you know that, look, this is a one-off. Hey, I'm going to go in here.
Talk to me, boys. Talk to me. What you guys saying?
I'm just laughing because it's going to be a tougher game. Listen, when you've been beating a certain team, even the players, down to the player that just joined the team, He's going to adapt the mentality that it's going to be a tougher game than what everybody expected. It's going to be a tougher game. Palace are going to score. It's going to end 3-1 in favor of Manchester City. That's just what it is. They've been playing well. And even though Palace has been playing well, those injuries are bigger than what anybody might think. Nketiah and Mateta at the same time, they're going to try and do Nketiah on the right. That's not going to look good. So I feel like they're going to put up a fight. It's going to be a tougher game than what people expect. But City are going to win. And yeah, the Premier League is annoying. It's mainly annoying when guys take games for granted. They suffer off that right here. So yeah, it's going to be one of those things. Mentality has a lot to do with it, especially with the Palace players, because they've been beating big teams over the last year and a half. So it's going to be a fun game to watch for sure. But Manchester City are going to win. Cherky's been playing crazy. Haaland is Haaland. Doku against Klein. Let's just be honest. Doku's going to be terrorizing them the entire game. It's going to be a win for sure.
I hear it. Rock, what you saying?
The reason why I don't think City will win it this season is because I can't trust them to get enough wins. Like they'll go and they'll beat a Real Madrid team away from home, or maybe they'll beat Arsenal or whatever. But I always think they're capable of a slip up. And look, I said this 3 years ago, the first time you guys went for a league, and I said I can't trust City, and I had egg on my face at the end because they came good and they stormed to the title at the end, in the end, and went on a mad run. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility because they have got pedigree. I just don't think this team has it in them in the same way. Like we're 4 years removed from that team, and so I think they probably will. Is it at Palace or is it at?
It's at Goodison Park. Not Goodison, Salah'S Park.
Salah'S Park. I'm going to say they're going to drop points 2-2.
2-2. Fairs.
I can't even predict it. I expect them to win, though. I expect them to win, but I can't put anything past that Crystal Palace. They're one of those teams that, they're one of those teams that you just have to be careful about. You can't be like, oh yeah, guaranteed I'm going to go to Salah'S Park and just win.
Hey,
yeah,
you never know, man. You never know. Let's go to Chelsea. Yo, boys, come to the screen. I seen your fan base having meltdowns. I seen Jimmy and CB having meltdowns on Never Foul. It was hilarious. Guys are talking about calling each other, kissing say I'm gonna kiss you on your forehead, you're a little one to me. It was mad.
Calling themselves out all kinds of names.
They're saying you sold out to the
this
club.
Little nigga go kiss you on the forehead.
Listen,
bro, is it me or some of your fans are getting very, very like?
I told you.
irate.
I told you guys months ago. I told you guys for years. I've been saying it for years.
Oh wait. By the way, guys, Vader, you missed the whole City section. Vader, are you there?
Wrong guy, man. Listen,
go ahead.
You guys, I've been saying it for years. My fan base is not the most mentally stable.
Oh, bro, I seen some of your fans crying that Nani Madueke scored a brace. I'm like, I thought you guys didn't care.
I'm going to tell you this. These fans are hypocrites. Half of them are hypocrites that you see on Twitter. He was doing the exact same things here. He'll have games where he puts in a good performance, does stuff like that, score 2 goals, and then he'll go 3-4 games, and everybody's wondering why he doesn't just pass the ball. That's the honest truth. He was doing the exact same things, and they were celebrating, rejoicing, holding their hands up to the sky, saying, thank you, God, we got rid of him. So don't take the Nani Madueke revisionism as flaw. That's one. 2,
I'm seeing Chelsea fans saying Arteta's coaching improved him.
The guy's doing the exact same thing. He's barely played enough games to see any improvement. What are they talking about? Am I lying? Remember, just say thanks. Your fan base was the one.
Let me tell you what let me.
Your fan base. Wait.
Okay, go on.
Your fan base was the one who were signing petitions and rioting when they announced that he was being signed. So, if anything, let's just say thank you.
Let me just tell you something about Chelsea that you guys don't realize. Right? The thing about Chelsea, you guys, is this, right? You got rid of players, rightfully so. Rightfully so. You needed to get rid of those players. As far as you were concerned, for that level, they were not good enough. And rightfully so, you got rid of them. But your replacements are not good enough as well. That's where I criticize you. So bringing in a Gittins or a Garnacho for a non-Madueke, you're not getting anything overly different. No, I'm just saying. I'm just
information.
If
point of information.
Okay, go on.
Gittins and Garnacho play on the left.
I'm just saying wingers. I'm talking generally again.
My Esteval. If you could have Esteval or Nani at the moment, who would you take?
At the moment, if I could have Esteval or Nani, I would have Nani.
No, stop it.
No. You know why? You know why I said I would have Nani? I would have Nani because of how my team is set up. I would have Nani because of how my team is set up. I don't have enough of Esteval for me to. Your manager doesn't even trust.
That is right. That is right.
Consistently in multiple games. You guys are revisionists. This is what you do. It is so annoying.
That is right. That is right. But for a different,
he's not played a full season in the Premier League, and you're telling me that I should just take random talent, just because I think he's very good over the person who I know has played in the Premier League. I can coach him to do what I need him to do, and because of how my team is set up. If you ask me to pick a player profile, it's not just based on talent. I'm not just going to be like, oh, you can dribble 5 people, so I'm going to take you. Like, that is the most random nonsense.
But also Dio.
Consistency.
But I just think Dio, the reason why Dio is right is also because no, Bice. Wait 1 second. But the point is, right, Esteval was an unknown quantity at the start of the season in the Premier League. He played in. Did he play in France or did he play in Brazil? I don't know. Wherever he played, he was unknown. And Arsenal right now have to win this season. They have to win, otherwise Arteta is out. Right?
So I'm not taking the risk of just bringing
in terms of risk reward. Esteval may end up being a much better player in a season. But I don't necessarily think
there's a difference.
Making a material difference between Arteta winning now and losing his job or not winning now. I understand it.
Rice is being disingenuous, right? Because if you ask me who is a better player, Noni or Esteval, I'll say Esteval looks a better player than Noni Madueke. Yes, in comparison to players. But if you ask me who I would take at the beginning of the season, I don't know any Esteval. I don't know who he is. I haven't seen better talent. No. What I'm saying is, as of the beginning of the season in the summer, what had you seen of Esteval that you can say, okay, he's going to hit the ground running? Yeah, you can see talent in Brazil and say, yeah, this guy is good. We saw the same thing with what's this boy's name that went to Real Madrid. Was he not an amazing player in Brazil? Did he not go to Madrid and literally has he not flopped at Brazil? So young players, again, I have to give myself a little bit of wiggle room to say, look, you'll develop, you'll become good. You might even become the best player, right? I get it. But at the beginning of the season, when I don't know who you are, I'm not going to sit here and then wait after 10 games and say because you played in 8 games marvelously. Now, let me say, who will you pick, Esteval or Noni? Let's stop being disingenuous. You didn't know what Esteval was going to give you when you got him. What are we doing here? You did not know. Let's stop this. To the point where your manager does not even trust him to play. I hear your fan base crying every day. Why aren't we starting Esteval? If he is the Lord and be all of everything that you say he is, your manager should start him in every single game. But he's not. So what are we doing?
Can I say one thing? Let me stop everybody quickly. I want to bring it back to the football. Enough about the comparisons. I'm just going to say this. Chelsea, what's the problem? Is Cole Palmer going to be back? What's going on?
It seems like he's going to be back. Other guys that, are more tapped into the news stream than me. They can tell you the ins and outs, but I think he's going to be back, playing in that 10 role.
Is he going to start versus Everton?
I hope he does. I really hope he does. But at the same time, it's not even a Cole Palmer situation. It's that CDM role because Caicedo's still out for that game.
Do you trust Maresca to get that lineup correct?
Lately, I have to say no. And that's the frustrating part because I've seen him big brain himself into some disgusted lineups. The insistence on tossing, I already spoke on him. The correlation to him being on the pitch and us conceding goals is so great that it worries even the most, you know what I mean?
Okay, what if you play the back line of Gusto, Chalaba, Fofana, Cucurella? You confident?
Yes. But and Reece James in midfield, I know what everybody's saying about it. I know. But I need somebody who's gonna be able to track. It's either Reece James or Santos. I'm confident on those two. Because the way Kiernan, Dewsbury Hall, and the way Grealish has been playing, we need as much
Njai also.
concrete. Oh yeah. Listen, Cucurella has some form on that side of the pitch. I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried really about is Kiernan, those goals from midfield that Everton are consistently getting. Consistently. It's not normal. Goals from midfield are a big thing for them. I need to be able to shut that down. Cole Palmer, yeah. If he doesn't start, cool. Come on in the second half, show me something. Give me that moment of brilliance. I want Esteval to play a bit as well. He doesn't have to start. He can come on. Rotating him is key. He's 18. I'm thinking 2-1 Chelsea.
You don't want Esteval to start? Oh, wow. Wow. I'm surprised.
I said I don't mind if he starts.
You don't mind if he starts. But again,
yeah,
that means that your manager, you don't mind if he starts, but your manager, you don't trust him to start him.
It's not about trust. He's openly said, I am not going to force feed this 18-year-old in the league consistently.
And that's coming from a professional manager, right?
Yes, because
good. So and you expect
playing an 18-year-old,
hold on,
playing an 18-year-old every week, every game every 3 games is not good.
I hear you. So an experienced manager who has coached in other clubs, who is a coach that I respect, and I actually rate Maresca, says something like that about a young player. And then you ask me to pick between 2 players, one who already has Prem experience and this 18-year-old. And when I say I pick the one that has Prem experience, you laugh. But your professional is telling you that the 18-year-old kid is not ready to play 3 games a week. He's not like that. Literally, this kid is not ready. He's talented, but he's not ready, right? And that's and you laughed at that. And now you're saying just carry on.
No.
It's ridiculous. It's
none over
not talent-wise. Not talent. You asked it. Your
Hey
question
guys,
was
we
direct.
keep going over the same thing.
The question was direct. This is the problem with Chelsea fans. I told Chelsea fans last season, I said I rate Chelsea team, and I think that this Chelsea team, once they click, will be headache. I said this beginning of last season. In the summer when they bought players, I said, this is what I think about the Chelsea squad right now. You're getting rid of players that are not good enough. And I agree with you. They are not good enough for the level that you want them. But the players you have brought in are just marginally better.
You guys want to see something cool?
A little better. You needed a little bit more experience, which I think they did not bring in.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break from this argument for a second.
I'm in here right now.
Let's take a break from this argument right now for a second. Let's take a look at these. These are very interesting. So the most viewed football pages across the United States, and as you can see, it's really Liverpool, Arsenal centric.
Oh yeah, because Americans follow teams that are winning currently.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Arsenal centric.
If you're a Man United fan right now,
fascinating though. Look at this. Luke Shaw and Joe Rodon are the most. What do you call it? This is crazy. Luke Shaw and Joe Rodon are the most. What do you call it? Followed football players in Rio de Janeiro and Buenos Aires. What the hell, right? That's so random.
I mean, it's also, yeah. I mean, it's a random thing, but then what is the data?
Why do people in Rio care about Luke Shaw?
No, but what is the data though? You have to ask.
This is the year.
I know, but if it's only 500 people who are following, and there's nobody else following anybody else, then it doesn't really,
It's the whole year.
But that's what I'm saying, Igal. What numbers are we talking about? What numbers are we talking about is the question.
David Raya in Sweden. I mean in
Sweden. That's New Zealand.
In New Zealand, what the hell?
No?
That's random. Saka, of course. This guy's from there.
Victor Gyokeres in Nairobi. That's crazy. Hugo Ekitike in Johannesburg. Cape Town.
There's a lot of Man United fans in Addis Ababa. Makes sense. Belema. This doesn't make sense to me. Kyle Walker.
The way you said that was so funny, man.
Kyle Walker. Yeah. Why is Kyle Walker?
Victor Gyokeres in Nairobi, man. He's like,
look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Nuno Tavares in Maine.
Bro.
What the fuck?
Again, here's the thing though. You have to understand the girl. There might be like 100 people in that place, right? And they are the only ones who clicked on that page.
Respect
the whole of me
man.
probably doesn't even follow football.
Oh, by the way, did you guys hear about Chelsea? Chelsea's a liquor club, bro.
There's a
Did
what?
you see this?
Oh my god.
Look at this. Chelsea's we're looking to get a shirt sponsor deal with Dio for the front of the shirt, and Arsenal presented a better deal and ended up getting him as a sleeve sponsor.
How does that make Chelsea a liquor club? I don't understand.
They would rather be on our sleeve than be on the front of your shirt.
No, but they're also paying a lot less.
Chelsea want over 60 million a year.
Yeah, they're paying a lot less for the sleeve sponsorship than they would have paid Chelsea for the front of shirt.
Chelsea wants 60 million a year, at least.
I'm not gonna lie.
The irony is though that Chelsea have been without a front of shirt sponsor for 2.5 seasons nearly.
Yep.
That's probably worth. That's like £100 million worth of lost sponsorship.
And racks. I want you to know, people are focused more on that than our manager picking Tosin and putting Chalobah right back. These guys are lost. They're lost. But listen, I'm just going to say this. Chelsea, don't worry about us.
Let's bring it back to football.
Don't worry about us.
Spurs fans in the chat upset. Let's bring it back to football. Let's talk about Nottingham Forest versus Spurs. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's unfortunate Jay hasn't made it. But what you guys saying?
Forest is going to win. Forest is going to win.
Forest going to win.
Yeah, I think Spurs have been very inconsistent. That's my thing with them. Like, honestly, I just don't want to shit on them or anything. They just have been inconsistent, and I can understand why. They have the most injuries in the league. They've been
better away from home.
I know. Apart from that, again, they have the most injuries in the league right now. And if I'm going to give, credence to other clubs when I say, "Oh, this team has injuries," I will do the same for Tottenham. They have the highest number of injuries right now. So I don't think we've seen the best of Thomas Frank.
Technically, the highest injuries in the league is somebody else.
Tottenham.
No.
It's Tottenham. Technically, it's Tottenham.
It leads.
Well, again, with give or take one or two. Give or take one or two.
The reason why I know
it depends on the data as well, right? Is this the number of players out, like game days missed and all this kind of stuff, or is it number of absolute injuries?
The amount of individual injuries picked up throughout the season.
Sure.
Yeah, no. Again, I'm talking
right.
I know, but I'm talking about availability for the manager to be able to do something. That's why I said that the inconsistencies for Tottenham is like they've been inconsistent because Thomas Frank hasn't had everybody at a given time to be able to actually let's see what Thomas Frank can do. So I'm not going to, which is why I don't put it past Nottingham Forest to hurt them. But I think they're a better team. But I saw a clip online. A Tottenham fan yelling at their players saying nobody wants your shirt, and I'm like, that toxicity as well is not good for the team. So Tottenham guys, you guys, it's on you to go there and do something. You have players that can do something, but again, your inconsistencies just because of those injuries and your manager not being able to present his best 11 at any given time. I think that might hurt you guys. So yeah, I'll put out a draw. I say it's a 2-2 draw.
What are you guys saying? Talk to me.
3-1 Forest. 3-1 Forest. Spurs play better away from home, yes, but how Sean Dyche has these guys playing over there for us is crazy. It's actually insane. They've never had problems getting up the pitch, but the defense is what was letting them down, and they've obviously turned it around. So for me, I don't see Spurs being able to get their stuff together before they play this game. I don't see Thomas Frank digging himself out of the hole that he's put himself in. And yeah, what I mean, it's not an indictment on him as a manager. The squad is obviously hampered, but I don't see him beating this first team, especially the way how they're playing now. January, maybe, but once Spurs get out of this December period, they'll find a way. But right now, the up and downs is too much for them to handle. Too much.
I'm looking at it. I'm saying to myself, Spurs away from home, they've been decent. Forest have been starting to pick up form slightly, in my opinion. Overall, I think it's going to be a close game, but I just think it's going to end in a draw. I think both teams are going to score, and it's going to be like a 1-1 draw. I think them winning their game in the Champions League should give them a little bit more confidence going into this game. And yeah, it would have been box office if Ange Postecoglou was still there, but he's gone. So let's see what happens. 1-1. That's what I'm going with.
That would have been good if it was Ange that was still there.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been.
Dyche, right? Man, that's Sean Dyche, and he's
Sean Dyche makes football difficult for anybody.
His football is just
he's too good for the Championship, just not good enough for the Prem in terms of
he could win the Conference League, no?
Yeah, he could.
Not impossible.
It's not impossible. But the thing is, all right, you have those teams that are too good for the Championship, but once they get in the Prem, it's like it's dark. They just go right back down.
Oh wait, they're in the Europa League. My bad.
I feel like Sean Dyche is that type of guy.
Bro, they're 11th in the Europa League. I thought they would be higher. What the hell?
See?
They're 11th in the Europa League. Anyways, Villa's probably going to win that. Unai Emery masterclass. But one more game that we need to discuss before we move on. Big game this weekend. Doesn't involve the Big Six, original Big Six, but Sunderland versus Newcastle. We have another derby in the building. What's it called? What's the derby called, boys?
Tynewear.
Why is it called Tynewear? Is that what the local area?
The River Tyne, and I think the River Wear. So River Tyne runs through Newcastle. I think the River Wear runs through Sunderland or something like that. Anyway.
So it's called the Tynewear.
Tyne and Wear derby.
Tyne and Wear, bro. It's weird. Talk to me. What are we saying? I think Sunderland win. Sunderland at home, first derby in years. If Newcastle come to their ground and slap them, I'll be shocked. I think it's going to end up being like a 1-0 Sunderland.
I think it'll be interesting. I mean, look, Sunderland have done really well coming up, and they've recruited well, and they're getting good results. They're not where they are by luck.
They're above Newcastle.
Yeah, and but I think Newcastle have a good team as well, and if they play when they're up for it, they can give any team a game.
Is it a case to say that they're not going to be physically matched by Newcastle? Usually out physical teams. This is a team they might not be able to do that against.
Yeah. That's Sunderland's recruitment has been all around physicality. They've recruited big, strong, athletic players.
Has been one of the best signings in the Premier League by far.
So yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting game. I reckon someone Spurs for life says 2-2. I'm going to go with that 2-2.
2-2. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go 1-0 Sunderland. I think they get the result. Bryce, you there still? What are you saying?
Oh yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm saying 2-2. Sunderland. I feel like Burnley. The attack is not bad. You know what I mean? They get decent goals from midfield as well, but the attack is not terrible. And somehow Sunderland's been playing. I can't rule them out. They're a very good team. They're actually a very good team. 2-2.
Dayo, what are you saying? Dayo, you still there? He might be gone. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here, boys and girls. Who should we send it to? We're gonna send it to. We're gonna send it over to Waffle Don. Show him some love. Arsenal account with a low subscriber count, but he's just building up.
Waffle.
So go give him some love. And we're out of here, people. You guys catch yourselves on the next video. Love for love. You already know what it is. Got Talks Football. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Big up everyone who's joined us. Rack, Deo, Bice, Vader. Unfortunately, Jay couldn't make it, but he'll make it on Sunday, hopefully. And M will be on here on Sunday also because Man United don't play till Monday. Peace out, boys and girls. We're out of here.